What's that song by Britney Spears? Oops, I did it again. I don't know how this keeps happening. I really don't. I don't know. Oh. Oops, I did it again. I think I need to call RC Anonymous, whatever. I wasn't gonna do this. I really wasn't gonna do this, but I don't know. It kept I don't know, man. I got problems. I've been looking for something, and I got a coupon from Tower. I let it get the best of me. Oh boy. And I know there's not much difference between this and the Outcast. Oh man. See, this thing is just so big. You can't even like unbox this thing inside. Cause look, oh yeah, I just sent the camera some kind of way, I think. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I mean, man, it's just, this is really like the only way to do this. A lot of vacuum in this box. Jeez. Oh. Let's take a quick look. These 8S's bring a whole new challenge to filming. Big block, 5687 brushless motor, 47% more torque, bigger servo, Spectrum Firma 160 amp Smart V2 ESC, EXB branded decals for more aggressive detail. Look, 20mm bore shocks, heavy duty drivetrain, dual spring, servo saver. You know, I get that a lot. People talking about, oh, throw in the servo. You need to do this. You need to, you know. I think that's a problem with some of the YouTube channels out there that go out there and they twist the steering wheel and they go, oh, yeah, the servo. So people take this as a given. Like, you buy something, immediately trash the servo. Like my sledge. When it sits on the ground, it does move slow. And even me, I kind of bought into that. Like, oh man, I'm going to have to replace that thing. Because when I bought it and I looked at it and it did move slow, and I'm just like, man, maybe I need to replace that. You know, me driving it and going around, I think it's been fine. I think the problem is maybe it's a little slow, but it has the torque needed to move such massive tires. But I've never had a problem with that car responding. All I can say is, man, take these things out of the box, drive them, feel it for yourself. Don't get into all that I have to replace all this stuff. This is already expensive stuff here. Okay, full metal strong. I know earlier versions people said that the differentials, the bolts would work their way loose and things would break. So far I haven't had that problem with the Outcast, so That's all I can say about that. I haven't run that many battery packs through it, to be honest. Actually, I've run a few. Oh. Here we go. Support card. So we got ye old transmitter here. DX3, nice. Let's actually get a decent one for a change. One really big tool. This is such a massive wrench. And then I forgot, I think that's to take the C-clip off the pinion gear. I think that's a shock wrench. We got different valving for the shocks. There's our speed pinion. And more tools. So I put the speed pinion in with my parts bag, and then I've already got enough of these tools. So really wish they would just have the tires on there. Hey, it's a, I don't know, small. Wow, these things are heavy. So yeah, nice. It's got the metal on there. Copperhead 2 D boots. Again, there's no direction on these, so feel free to throw them on any way you want. This is it was so nice just that one time. Normally I try to save these wire ties, but I'm not in the mood today to mess with this. This thing is so heavy. I should probably stay away from this stuff with a bad back, but they are cool. They are. Release the Kraton. Oh man, she is heavy. Always nice. Thank you, Armor. Throwing in some batteries, got some stickers, and we got the manual. So everybody, please remember, I am not sponsored. I buy these things because I like them. I've always kind of wanted a larger Kraton. I think it looks amazing. But look at this. Dude, that's not right. I mean, this other side has some play in it, but not like that. That's... Because even here, when I which you probably can't see, it's off camera, I got the Kraton right here, or the Outcast. And it does not move like that. That's... Huh. I mean... That's just... Alright, so we're at the... I don't know. Also, too, just want to show you, in case anybody's new to the hobby, that these wheel nuts have a spline that needs to go towards the wheel. Hopefully it'll focus in on that. See those little splines in there? That has to go towards the wheel. That's kind of what helps lock it into place. Okay? So that's kind of one thing I kind of dread on doing anything Arma, is that there is a loyal following that, man, if you mention anything wrong, it's your fault, this, that, and the next thing, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 and then everybody's, like, you need to adjust the shocks. Really? Harder or softer? I mean, how was I supposed to adjust them, front or rear? You know, I mean, everybody has their preference as to how they want their RC to perform. So when I do these reviews, I do it out of the box the way it's set up. Now granted, like, I will usually test out the suspension and make sure before I go take it on a big jump, because I don't want to slam it into the ground and break something. So I might make that one little adjustment, but you know, people, It's like the servo thing, you know, that's all driver preference, man. That's all your preference. Just because you want a fast servo doesn't mean the next guy does. So I don't understand that. Oh boy, my back. Woo! I always love looking at the artwork through here because they're good at hiding stuff through here. You know, just put like little things. So I don't think they really put anything this time. Again, not a fan of these body clips. I kind of hope with the big rocks starting to have that semi-clipless system. Maybe that's going to be the way of the future for them. Maybe they'll go fully clipless like Traxxas. I can hope. Oh man, these things are new. They are tough. Oh. You know what's nice on the for some reason, only the 8S has the roof rails. Oh, and this does have a support here to help transfer the weight of landing there. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna, yeah, right here, these mounts here on the front, hitting the body always causes bulges right here. So I'm gonna put some foam on there before we take it out for that first drive. Man, some massive supports right there. Really nice. So, and you got some markings here on the frame for your battery, so that's something I'm going to have to do before we take it out. I'm going to have to bring my batteries out here, adjust that. Well, something I'll take a look at later on, and I'll advise you later if I was able to do it. But yeah, look, that shouldn't be that loose. Okay, so that might be the bolt right there. Yeah. Oh wow! I just pushed the bolt in by hand. The bolt just moved in by hand. Did you hear it? I hope you heard that. Maybe we can listen. I didn't work it loose again. Oh wait, hold on. Did you hear that? Yeah. Alright, yeah, that is totally friggin' loose. So that's another thing that you don't usually see, something that I do. Before I take them out, I usually go through all my RCs, doesn't matter who makes them. I check all the bolts, snug everything up. And then what I normally do is I take a battery pack, in this case 2, and I'll run it up and down the street for like 10-15 minutes. And I break in everything, just try to give the differentials a chance to break in there. So, and the motor and everything before we go full send, and it also gives me time to go ahead and adjust any trim that might need through the remote. And so what I always do is I test it with the remote that it comes with. I want to make sure the factory electronics work, and then I'll bind it to my DX5 remote, and then I'll do my endpoints and all that. I've mentioned before in the past, like, something this big not having a very good turning radius, and everybody's like, oh, set your endpoints. Well, if it's like this and it won't turn anymore and your servo is just sitting there wrenching and the whole box is moving, yeah, set your endpoints. You're going to take away some of the steering. You're going to take away some of the servo. It's not going to get you any more thing. Now, if it stopped here and I was at full turn, I could adjust the endpoints to make it turn more. But if I'm already locked, that's it, guys. These big trucks just don't have the tightest turning radiuses. They're not race cars. They're not track truggies, you know. So it's just kind of the nature of the thing, of, you know, what you're getting. So I want to go through here. We're gonna check all the screws. I refuse to get into the diffs and open all this stuff. I don't want to do it. It's it's supposed to, I shouldn't even have to tighten screws, but you know, it is what it is. But to me, I'm not going to open these diffs up. If they blow up, I'll get them to warranty it, because they did something wrong. It's 2-year warranty on these things. So, but wow, that is. And I'll probably end up replacing, because you can already see this bumper mount here has got splits right there and there. So this is what broke first time out on the Outcast, was the bumper mount. But anyhow, other than that, she is a beauty, absolute beauty. Oh, it looks so good. Everything just feels nice, except for that being loose. Look at that. Shocks are feeling pretty good. Man, let's take a look over here. So man, this is a massive wheelie bar. Look at the size of those things. Wow. They put a bunch of grease in there? That's not good. Why would they do that? That's just gonna collect dirt. But yeah, I mean, so to set it up, go ahead and adjust these batteries. Oh, this is a really nice. Right here is a metal brace that runs from here to here. Runs from this side of the gearbox to here, and it comes down. And hopefully, what that should do is help with the rigidity of this frame being longer. So when you land, it should help strengthen it. Because if it wants to bend, it should transfer all that weight to here, and then you have the dual mounts here that lock into this brace, and then you have these two mounts that lock into the center diff. Whoa! Yeah, that sounds like a tank. Oh man. Guys, I don't bash on Arma. I love all the RCs. Like I said, I purchased, these are mine. These are mine. My money. So if I say it's bad, it's like I made a bad purchase, and who wants to, right? But if I see something wrong, I'm gonna be honest with you and say it. So, you know, I want people to spend their money wisely if they're buying something. So if I see something, say something, you know, I probably shouldn't have tightened these these wheels down, because I got to get in here and look at all these. All right, so, oh man, she just looks amazing. That's a beautiful RC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my foam here on these mounts to try to keep this from denting. We're going to go ahead and get the battery tray set up. We're going to check all the nuts and bolts, and I'll see you at the BMX track for the initial run.